A lot of people wonder why haven't we cloned humans yet, but the truth is we actually found out how to clone them about 7 years ago. And a lot of people believe that some celebrities were actually killed and then cloned, like Kanye and Britney. In 1996, a sheep named Dolly was successfully cloned. It took many tries, but it worked, and in 1996, technology wasn't as advanced as it is now. In 2002, there was a company called CloneAid. They claimed they cloned a human baby called Eve, however, there was no evidence of this, and they said they didn't release any to protect the family. Now, when this happened, governments around the world banned human cloning. Also, CloneAid was formed by a Raelian cult. Then they were shut down by the FDA and they moved to the Bahamas to continue. In 2004, they claimed that they had successfully cloned about 14 people. To this day, their company is still up and running. 2007, another group managed to clone human embryos by adding caffeine. 2018, monkeys were cloned, making it the first primates. And after that, cloning was only really talked about in animals. Based on this info, do you think clones exist?
What is up, all you good people out there, and welcome back for a brand new video. Alright, and you guys should know the drill by now, but in this video we're going to be watching some of the most bizarre and creepiest TikToks. So if that sounds good with you guys, let's get right back into it.
In place of truth, we give you miracles. We make you see what we want you to see. We are everywhere. Anywhere.
What was that even supposed to be? An ad for like a TV show or something?
There's a theory that mountains are actually petrified giants. It's easy to see the face on the side of this mountain. Some people say it's a petrified giant, and the others say that it's just a random occurrence and your brain is tricking you. And in case you don't know what pareidolia is the tendency to perceive a specific and often meaningful image in a random visual pattern. So seeing faces in outlets or other random items, that's pareidolia. But others believe that these mountains look way too human-like. It seems almost like these mountains held expressions in their faces that were frozen in place. And it's not just faces, there's other shapes and structures that look oddly familiar. People believe that this was a giant that laid on its back and became one with earth. This rigid mountain looks like a man sticking his tongue out, and it almost appears that he has a pupil in his eye. People fight that giants' history dates way back, and that giants are even mentioned in the Bible. So why would it be so hard to believe this theory? If giants did exist one day, and if these mountains were petrified giants, why would the truth be hidden? There are some more recent discoveries of what seem to be giant skeletal remains that have been found in various places around the world. The picture of this mountain range went viral in 2020, and it was later revealed that it was actually photoshopped. A lot of people were opening up to the theory that these mountains could possibly be petrified giants. Once it was revealed that this picture was actually photoshopped by an artist, it seemed to stop the petrified mountain giant theory in its tracks.
Nah, there's definitely some mountains out there that look like petrified giants. You're gonna have a hard time if you try denying that.
They are 300 years ahead of us. Us meaning civilians of the world, them meaning the governments and militaries. Their technology is 300 years ahead of us. Whatever you can think, whatever you can dream up from any sci-fi movie you have ever saw in your life has already been done. Black budget projects. Most of these UFOs that are flying around are not UFOs. They're IFOs, identified flying objects. They were made by private corporations that are funded by the Pentagon. When you see new technology being quote unquote invented, they're going to ancient texts to get it. And that's how they're coming up with this stuff. The halls of Amenti underneath the Great Pyramid. According to Thoth, these halls of Amenti is a rejuvenation chamber system where they would go to rejuvenate their bodies. But what's incredible is he transfers his consciousness from one body to the next. While one body is sitting in there for 100 years, he's running around in a different body, then he comes back and he transfers into another body, and he rotates these bodies. They had this advanced technology, according to these ancient tablets. They're now experimenting on this ancient technology on how they can do that now today. They've already done this with an animal. They took a monkey, and they transferred its consciousness into a computer. The body of the monkey is dead, but the monkey is living now inside of this computer holographic world. It thinks it's still alive. Where do you think they're getting this idea and these concepts from? They're getting them from the Emerald Tablets.
Yeah, theories about the government like hiding technology or suppressing technology has been talked about for like decades.
This guy might have encountered La Llorona, Watch to the end, you can fully hear a woman crying.
Hello? What was that? There's something in the water. Hello? Hello? Guys, there's something over there. Hello? Okay. Something out there.
La Llorona is the ghost of a vengeful woman. Back in the day, it was said that she was responsible for drowning her 2 children. The spirit of her is still alive and lurks near bodies of water. You can often hear her just crying over the death of her children. So do you think that he encountered her? Let me know in the comments below.
Wow, that would give me like straight nightmares. But yeah, man, all those warning signs and he still proceeded to walk in.
You're scared of snakes, this video will probably be your worst nightmare. This absolute unit of a snake is called the Titanoboa, and they existed over 60 million years ago. These things were slithering around at almost 50 feet long, and let me just put that into perspective for you. That would be like lining up 8 Shaquille O'Neals from head to toe, and we know that dude's massive. Now, God didn't want to make them too overpowered, so he didn't give them any venom, but he did give them the ability to be amazing swimmers and even faster than a racehorse when moving on land. Now, although the Titanoboa doesn't have any venom, it is a constrictor, so when it catches its prey, it crushes the absolute soul out of it. Its jaw then unhinges, allowing its mouth to open wide enough to consume a whole human, alligator, really anything else. You might be thinking, with all this power, how did this beast go extinct? Well, it's not because they skipped leg day. No. You see, when the earth cooled down, they couldn't maintain their metabolism anymore and went extinct. You can thank God that they're not around today. Make sure you share this video with someone who hates snakes.
I mean, I am so thankful that we don't have these big old Titan boas running around today. Could you guys imagine like going out in your backyard one day and this big old fella just comes out of a tree? No questions about it. I think my heart would just stop.
Disney went back and photoshopped all of his pictures because he had a cigarette in them.
Oh,
time.
really?
So like, you know the Mickey statue in the Walt Disney and he's pointing like this?
He has a cigarette in between?
He's a cigarette in between.
Yo, that's fire.
Yeah,
what the hell?
but Disney literally went back and airbrushed it just to cover up his cigarette addiction.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, Disney is supposed to be for the kids. So when they were coming up, they're like, Walt Disney is a smoker. Like, he goes through 3 packs per day.
Damn.
He even died of lung cancer. That's how bad it was.
That's crazy, yeah.
So like all the photos, he's doing this 2-point thing.
Every photo of him has the 2 points, and then it's because he has a cigarette.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool though. It's like a hidden detail.
And they took it a step further. Every Disney employee, when you ask them, oh, can you lead me? Where's the direction for the bathroom? They taught them to only point with 2 fingers.
Oh, to make it
Have you heard of the Kobe Bryant conspiracy theory? Okay, you're gonna add all 4 of these numbers and then tell me what you get. If you did the math right, you would have gotten 8,024. Kobe's jersey numbers were 8 and 24. And if you take these numbers and add each number individually, you're gonna come up with the number 41. Kobe Bryant was 41 years old at the moment of his death. This is so fucking crazy. So they died on January 26th. Now, if you add those numbers individually, you get the number 9. And there were 9 people that died in the helicopter crash. Now, this last part had me spooked. So the helicopter departed at 9:06 in the morning. And at 9:47, they reported the crash. If you take 9:47 minus 9:06, you get 41. The helicopter crashed within 41 minutes of departing. Kobe Bryant was 41 years old at the time of death. Was there a conspiracy behind Kobe Bryant's death? Was it a ritual from the Illuminati? There's all these crazy theories out there.
Now, the way that the man went out was very tragic, and I get the whole numbers and all that, but the man took a helicopter pretty much everywhere he went, so a lot of people predicted it to happen at some point, unfortunately.
What do you think this is? In the state of Arizona, during the end of February, many people witnessed seeing these strange objects and lights in the sky. When the pictures were first shared online, many people believed that they were extraterrestrial, but others believed that there was just some sort of solar flare. They were created by CGI or AI. Others thought that this was just some sort of huge hoax created for attention. A lot of other people believe that this is just a government-made project that's been created in order to create mass hysteria. One of the main reasons why people believe these images are real and not photoshopped is because of the rich history that Arizona has with UFO sightings. We all remember the Phoenix Lights. If you don't remember what the Phoenix Lights were, that was a really popular UFO sighting that was seen from Nevada all the way down to Arizona, and hundreds of people saw them. The Phoenix Lights incident isn't the only popular UFO sighting. There's so many more. I'm gonna move myself out of the way so you can see the pictures in their entirety. Let me know what you think about them. I couldn't find any credible sources or any more insights on what these objects could be, so I'm just gonna leave it up to us to decide what we think they are.
So there are noises being heard all around the world, you guys. This is in Colorado. Check this out. I got a couple videos.
Listen. Whoa. Stay inside, baby. What the fuck is that? Okay, but really, what the fuck?
Here goes another person that experienced the same thing in Colorado as well.
It sounds like a jet, but it's super loud.
It literally sounds like something is grinding over the firmament, y'all. Literally, like something is grinding over it.
Sounded like a jet, but it was so loud. Like louder than normal.
And in Florida, Putnam County to be specific, people were hearing sonic booms everywhere, and some of these sonic booms were actually causing damage to people's homes.
I don't know what the hell that plane just dropped, but it dropped a bomb behind my house and it blew up.
Something just exploded. I don't know if it was somebody's propane tank, but now there's a gassy smell.
We got them on the way. Did you hear like a loud explosion sound?
Yes, it's destroyed my friggin' house. They have destroyed the inside of my house. It was a sonic boom, and it was so...
That noise that she experienced in Colorado, I literally experienced it here. It literally feels like something is on top. You know what I'm saying? It feels like a big baby is on top of the firmament, just pounding at it, like grinding things on top of it. You know what I'm saying?
I know I can't be the only one that thinks that that one sounded just like a dragon, but yeah, that jet sound, I hear that outside of my house like almost every other day.
Declassified CIA secrets. During the 1960s, the CIA noticed that a lot of artists geared more towards socialism and communism. So they figured the best way to discredit these artists would be to make them wealthy. So inadvertently, these artists would be invested more in capitalism. So to do this, the CIA would buy modern art pieces at super high prices. No matter how basic, no matter how nonsensical, they would buy it for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. This ended up making highly niche art very hard to access by the public or buy by the public, thus making it chic, fashionable, and highly profitable. Capitalism. This basically prevented high-profile members of the art community from turning to socialism or communism or gaining a following to drive a movement because they were now capitalists and they had a lot of money. They were now converted to wealthy members of the upper class. A lot of the iconic artists from the 1960s are actually only iconic because they were made famous by the CIA manipulation. The more you know. Let me know if you want more declassified CIA secrets.
I wonder what all them artists are up to today, if any of them are still alive. Man, it's always the CIA getting away with doing grimy stuff like this.
Interesting Lost Mysterious Locations, Iceberg Part 7. So the catacombs of Paris are obviously interesting, if not downright disturbing. Like this disturbing statue you can find down there called the Passer Through the Walls. Why do they make this? And while the main tunnel where they bury people is just over a mile long, the tunnels actually go on for a whopping 180 miles. So it's no wonder why terrible incidences happen down there, like when a 19-year-old girl got lost down in there in 2005 and wasn't found until 2007. not alive though. So it's like a huge confusing labyrinth. Back in the day, a guy went down there and started decorating with the remains of people. Like he made a skeleton chair, he made a wall with the skulls that were deformed, and made a lot of weird stuff. And also, if you haven't watched the movie As Above, So Below, it's about the Paris catacombs. It's really good. They like kind of like accidentally go to hell kind of, and they're like, oh no, oopsie daisies, how do we get out? But it's really good. Go watch that movie and follow for more.
I mean, it is a really good movie. I'll give them that. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But yeah, I couldn't see why anyone would want to go into the catacombs. I mean, I think I heard at one point that people actually live down there. But nah, after seeing that statue and getting the creeps from that, I know that's one of the last places on Earth that I'd want to be at.
Where is the asteroid that caused the extinction of the dinosaurs? Let me explain it to you in a minute. At the end of the Cretaceous period, 66 million years ago, the dinosaurs bid farewell to Earth and went to a better place. The Chicxulub crater is like a huge scar on the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, with a diameter of over 140 kilometers. Subsequent studies have shown that it formed 66 million years ago, corresponding to the period of the extinction event. By analyzing the dimensions of this land, scientists concluded that it was struck by a 12-kilometer diameter asteroid, traveling at 43,000 kilometers per hour and hitting the Earth at a 60-degree angle. This released sulfur into the atmosphere, blocking sunlight and causing the extinction of the dinosaurs and 75% of life forms on Earth. In 2020, another study revealed that the asteroid struck the Earth at an angle that caused significant destruction. If it had hit at a slightly different angle, the dinosaurs might have survived, and perhaps it would have affected the emergence of human life.
Yeah, and they also say that the energy of the impact was like the equivalent to billions of atomic bombs. I'm just praying that we never have to experience anything remotely close to this during our lifetime.
This world is not what you think it is. But you don't know what you don't know. Do you think it's possible to lose your soul? For anyone that's ever leveled up before with knowledge, when you learn something new, you go back and apply it to everything that you thought you knew, only to realize you don't really know much at all. Is it possible to duplicate people? To finish an agenda that the previous version started?
Waiting for the signal, enemy,
I'm not telling you anything as fact, only that this world is not what you think it is.
I mean, really that background music is what made this video like all that creepy, but not everything in this world is as it seems, that's for sure. It's like you can't even trust your own eyeballs these days.
I'm gonna play a recording of people chanting, "That is embarrassing," 4 times. After the 4th time, write down what you hear. Interesting. Almost everyone here heard, "That is embarrassing." Listen again and watch the screen. You heard the same thing every single time. Our eyes and ears take in electrical signals which our brains interpret based on our expectations. We don't see reality. We see our reality.
When the sound is all blurry and in confusion like that, I feel like our brain will simply just take the shortest path. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is called an auditory illusion. But on a side note though, when did Joe West become a public speaker?
These motherfuckers got lemonade apples, $1.99 a pound. Lemonade apples. Let me show y'all. What does that say on there? It says 3. See how it starts with a 3? 3 means genetically modified. He's with this mother. Tiny and everything. Look at that. Like, it ain't got enough information. No information.
I mean, obviously lemonade apples are not a real thing, so They gotta be genetically modified, but I had some like genetically modified cotton candy flavored grapes one time, and man, were them things good. Alright, my good people, that's going to be a wrap for this one. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this content. And if you did, don't forget to show your boy some support and just hit that like button down there. But make sure to stay tuned though, because I got plenty more content coming your way soon. And I just want to give one shout out before I leave to all those people that show up for every video and give that support. Man, you guys don't know how much that means to me. Alright, and one last thing before I go, but make sure to not be a stranger and let me know all your thoughts about this one down there in that comment section.